Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of What CD is Rob listening to today. I'm your host Rob, and I'll be taking you through the brand new Yes album, 2023's Mirror to the Sky. This just came out on Friday, I believe. I got it a day earlier because I got lucky, I guess. After the last album, The Quest, which I really enjoyed, I was very much looking forward to this. I will admit that it took me a little time to get used to, see now, why is his voice, John Davison's voice. It's sort of higher, more kind of, I don't know, operatic-ish, maybe. So it did take me a little while to get used to that. Heaven and Earth was an album that just, it took some time for me. And, I've got all the live stuff that has come out since he joined the band. I don't know if I do like him more than, what was his name? Benoit David. But it did take a while, and now I just think his vocals are phenomenal. So this album, I've only had the chance to play it through a few times, so just some preliminary thoughts. The title track, Mirror to the Sky, is just phenomenal. Just a killer, 14-minute song. It's really cool. The album opens with Cut from the Stars, which is another just killer tune. All Connected was a single that came out, and it's pretty damn good itself. A 9-minute sort of epic piece, just another great song. Luminosity, I think, is an early favorite of mine. Some really cool stuff going on there. The keyboards are just fantastic here. Jeff Downs, as always, is a wonderful keyboardist. Of course, he played on the Drama album. Also came back for the last album, and I believe, in fact, I'm almost positive he was on Heaven and Earth as well. The last album to feature Chris Squire. And now you're thinking, what about those bass lines, Rob? Okay, you may not be thinking it like that. I don't know. Billy Sherwood does a fantastic job filling in that bass void. I mean, sure, he's no Chris Squire, but I heard he worked with Chris. In fact, he did work with Chris Squire on some earlier Yes albums, not like the early 70s, but just let's see. I think Open Your Eyes, he was on that one, and The Ladder. So he was in the band previously, and I heard that before he died, he worked with Chris to sort of iron out some of his bass playing abilities, and fantastic job on this album, the last album. Just he's a phenomenal bass player. I can't say enough. This was also the first album that did not have Alan White, who sadly passed away. I believe it was last year. So Jay Schellen, who had been filling in on the drums, turns in a fantastic performance on here. Again, he's no Alan White, but then who could be? And then, of course, you have Steve Howe on guitar, who is the member of the band who'd been in there the longest. Interesting to point out that none of the original members are on this album. Of course, Howe didn't come in until the Yes album, which I think was their third. So it's weird to think that none of the original members are on here. In fact, I think they all have played on previous albums. I believe Jay played percussion on The Quest. So anyway, it's a fantastic album. There's some great stuff. There's a second disc. I heard it's sort of a record label obligation thing. I don't know, the label decided to do it because they could have all fit on one disc, but there's a second disc with 3 tracks. Unknown Place is pretty cool. 1 Second Enough and Magic Potion. They're good songs. They could have went on the first disc. They would have fit, not only in time but also in mood. Like I said, I think I heard somewhere that it was an Inside Out call. The Inside Out Records is the label they're on now. So anyway, once again, artwork from Roger Dean. Soak that in. Such a phenomenal artist. He's done, I believe, the majority of Yes's album covers. And this one is, I really enjoy this one. So anyways, that's my sort of briefish review of the new Yes album. Like I said, I've only heard it a few times. So, I'm not particularly overly versed, but if I had to pick the two favorites from the first couple listens, Luminosity and Mirror to the Sky are definite favorites. Anyway, until the next review, excuse me, can't talk today, doodles.